Hey, I just wanted to make a couple quick videos. I have had a number of people who have reached out to me looking for ideas, looking for advice, what they can do to stay in shape now that gyms are closed. Fitness equipment is either expensive or it's hard to get a hold of. You go to like a Target, Walmart, whatever it is, a bunch of the equipment is sold out and in back order. So I had a few ideas, things that I've done in the past to help me stay in shape. So I just wanted to kind of share those ideas. Hopefully it'll help some of my buddies who like to stay in shape. Hopefully it'll help them through this time as well. So in the past, the main thing that I've used is tube sand, something that you can get at basically any hardware store. It's inexpensive. It can be effective if you approach it correctly. It's definitely not a long-term solution, but it's going to be a good way to kind of fill in those gaps while we wait to see what happens and to see how long we're going to be waiting for us to kind of get over this crisis that we're kind of going through. But besides that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to keep it very simple. A lot of the approaches that I take, the way I put this together is going to be very inexpensive. I know that's going to be important to a lot of people. So it's by no means perfect. Again, it's not a long-term solution. It's something to kind of help us through. So again, for this approach, the main thing we're going to be using is tube sand. So these guys right here. Now they typically come in these 60-pound bags, and that's definitely not always accurate. I picked up 3 of these and there were weights kind of varying across 60 to 70 pounds. The other thing I'm going to be using is, I got this, it's paracord. It's stronger than normal rope. It doesn't splinter like twine. It's a little stronger. It's going to be a little bit more comfortable, and I'm going to be using this to make handles. The last thing, it's not completely necessary. It's something that I've used as a very low cost approach to kind of fill in for different fitness equipment. You don't need it by any means, but just your basic concrete block, cinder block. I've used it as a bench, I've used it as weight stands, and I even use it in my home gym now to help me out with squats. And something else I've done as well is I took one of the big guys, one of the big sandbags. I cut it open and kind of sealed the hole with Gorilla Tape so that it wouldn't continue to split. And I scooped out a bunch of it and actually put it into these 1-gallon freezer bags, sealed it with Gorilla Tape. And I took one of these guys and I made it into about 6 10-pound bags so that I can use it for different exercises. So that way I have a little bit more versatility, so I don't always have to be using that 60 pounds. I can put this in like an old shirt, an old hoodie, whatever the case is, and kind of use it as a handle. Again, I want to keep this as inexpensive as possible. So that's kind of the approach that I've been taking here. So that's basically all that you're going to need for these different workouts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create kind of like a reference guide with 3 different main videos with push exercises for chest, triceps, and shoulders, pull exercises for your back, your lats, shoulders, biceps, and I'm also going to create a series for legs that'll go over, of course, quads, glutes, hamstrings, and calves. Another thing to keep in mind is that these things are not meant for this. They're inexpensive, but they do rip, they do tear if you're too rough with them. So it's best to try to stay outside when you're doing your exercises, or be in a place where it's going to be easy to clean up, or just be prepared for that just in case it rips. You don't want to be slamming them around, throwing them around, because they're going to rip and create a huge mess. Oh, and one final thing. Legal disclaimer, of course, this is all assuming that you are healthy enough, you're strong enough to actually approach exercise. One of the things, especially now, is you don't want to beat yourself up too much, because if you have too much of a hard workout and you can't properly recover from it, it is going to compromise your immune system. So remember, this is mainly to help you keep in shape, to help you not move backwards, and to maybe make some progress in this time. If you're not used to really heavy, really extreme workouts, I wouldn't suggest jumping in at this time to really make a lot of progress. If it's something you're more used to, you're going to be better suited to that. But again, I wouldn't recommend beating yourself all the way down during this time using these workouts. So hopefully I took enough time to explain enough of that correctly. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message, leave a comment, and I'll go through and answer any questions you guys may have.